Hi.
Hello there.
Hey, Chloe, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How are you
Okay,
guys?
perfect. I'm fine. And what about you?
I'm good, thank you. It's the evening in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
so winding down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll go ahead with the interview now. And as mentioned in the email, so we'll ask you some questions. And then towards the end, you also have a chance to ask us questions as well. And if anybody from, like, if any external audience joins, like UCL students, then they'll be able to ask you questions as well. So this session will be recorded and also uploaded for the voters to see as well. You have nominated yourself for the editor-in-chief role in the editorial department. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, perfect. And so could you please introduce yourself, including your name, your year of study, and also what you're studying and the degree,
Huh.
basically.
Um, Hello, I'm Chloe. I'm now a year 3 student in UCL doing a BSc in psychology, so pure psychology, not psychology and language sciences. Um, I would like to be a psychotherapist in the future, so that's my career goals for it. And I'm a big fan of Freud, which is kind of controversial, but don't worry, I'm not just blindly following him. I'd love to hear other people's opinions and like battle it out a bit and represent different sides. So, come to me for a fun talk if you want.
Okay. And so the first question from us would be, what makes you suitable for this role as an editor-in-chief?
I think I'm really suitable for this role because like psychology isn't my only interest. I've always had a really big interest in English and in philosophy, which I talk about in my manifesto. Like, even in my personal life, I find myself using a lot of those critical English literature skills I learned in school to analyze sort of like pop culture, to analyze movies and things like that. And so I think the editor role in particular would be a good fit for me because I just like being analytical and things like that. And even in being analytical, it's not so much to always argue my point of view, but I really aim to sort of get through like what is the core messaging or what is the closest thing to the truth, even if that means I have to change my opinion or concede some of my point of views or listen to someone else more and give them the stage to talk. So I think that open-mindedness alongside my analytical sort of perspective would make me a really good editor. And I have like a lot of friends who go to Oxford for English in particular, and I really enjoy editing their work that they do. And they really put an effort to write in whole novels almost and drafts of these things. And I find that even if it's not my writing that I'm working on, the actual editing process is something really fulfilling and something that I'm good at in terms of giving fair criticism and really adding to what someone else wants to say, not what I want to say. So I think those 3 things, so my interest in English, my open mindedness to other people's opinions, and really even just editing as a craft in itself as something I enjoy, really make me a good fit for this role.
Well, it does sound like a lot of experience, and I can hear that you're very passionate about it as well. So on to the next question. What are some difficulties that you foresee might happen when you implement, let's say, your plans, or even just as your role as an editor-in-chief? And how do you plan to solve them?
I think it's going to be a really big position to slot myself into right from the get-go. Like as you said, like, well, I do have some experience editing other people's work and gotten good feedback on that. I haven't necessarily had such like a real position to edit so many people's works, and like a blog in particular, which is what we're going to be doing, I think isn't something that I really have the most experience in. I'm more versed in maybe like commentary either in video style or an essay style. And so in terms of that, I think I'd first of all like to have like a very openly loose approach almost. Like I wouldn't want to bring forth just a very strict like, introduction, like point, explanation, counterpoint, and then conclusion if that's not really a comfortable thing. I think it would be interesting to see how other people want to express themselves and really hear them out first to sort of see how the blog forms. So yeah, having, first of all, not like a set idea of what it's supposed to look like, and being open-minded is like how I hope to kind of address that in experience. And even if like later on it becomes something more casual, I feel like if that helps readership, that's actually a really good thing. Like another thing I point out in my manifesto is just that like I don't want this to be another like lab report that you have to write. And so while I have a preference for essays, really letting that go and listening to other people, I think is the main way I'm going to stop myself from, getting stuck in obstacles.
Mm. And it's especially important to be open to the different types of submissions, as you said, like as this is a blog and it's not like a professional like research paper or anything. So obviously we want to attract a wide range of audience, whether they're from PALS or people that are not from PALS. So this will be the last like role question. The second to last question would be, do you have anything else to share that's not in your manifesto? Or it can be anything like about yourself or some things that, you just like to share with everybody.
Well, I guess, I don't know if this counts because I vaguely mentioned it, but I'm really into philosophy. Which, okay, to be fair, I will say that my interest in philosophy may be almost a weakness to some people. Like, I'm sure if there are some very strongly psych-minded people, they could see me as being like too abstract and like not looking at the actual practical effects. So openly, I will say that could be seen as a weakness, but I think that like the skills that come along with liking philosophy and having a bit of an unorthodox point of view or personality will really bring a lot more than it takes away. And while other people can keep in check that I'm saying things that people actually care about or relevant to the world, I can help other people possibly get in touch with that more abstract side, which could be more interesting and attractive to just common readers who might not be in it for the pure psych. Anything else? I guess I really love sharks. I don't know if that says something about me.
Yeah.
I think sharks are really cool. I think, more importantly, if I was a vegetable, I would consider myself a mushroom because I think I'm like a bit eccentric while also pretty normalized. And like that might help someone understand me. But in being kind of eccentric, I think like even if you just wanted to talk to me out of the editor role about anything, I'd be pretty open to that because I think I'm a pretty tolerant person. So, I mean, I hope those like random facts will help people get like a better perspective on me, even if they don't seem super relevant to the role specifically.
No worries. I mean, we're just here to get to know you as a person. So yeah, these are great facts, I'd say. And lastly, do you have any questions for us, for the society, or just for us in general?
I was wondering, like, I think I saw in the editor-in-chief description, like, that there may have been like some like liaising with other like staff or more people in higher positions. Is that correct?
Yes.
I was wondering, yeah.
Yes, no, please go ahead.
No, I was just wondering like how that would, like how much interaction that may be, or like if you guys have anything to tell me about how I should go about that approach.
So basically, to our current understanding, in the past or like now, the blog is managed by our society and also the department because it's directly from the department and it's got a web page on the UCL website. So we've got one of our committee members that's really into working around the editorial part and also the journal, but he's not free to join today's session. So if you were elected, we would actually put you in touch with that person and let you guys discuss and learn more about how things have worked in the past. And hopefully that can help you get on board to the role.
And so like in terms of like working with other people, especially in higher positions, how much do they have like a say in the content of like what actually gets published?
The two of us here didn't work on like the editorial part, so we're not really sure.
Okay.
if you want to get this question answered, I think we can refer the contact of the person involved. Is that okay for you, Winnie?
Oh
I
yeah,
think
sure.
it's
That's
okay.
completely fine.
Yeah, I think we will give you the contact of that person then. So yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Like, okay, I don't know if maybe this is also not answerable because it's also kind of an editing thing, but like, in terms of recruiting other people to write, do they also have to be in the psych or PALS degree, or can they be from any degree in UCL or something like that?
So basically, this is something we have to work on after the elections. Like we have
Okay.
yet to define what's our membership and whether we can accept people from out like non-UCL or even non-PALS people. So that's something we have to
Mhm.
discuss with the department, and
Right.
then you can start to work on that with the new committee. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it also means that I guess you also have a say into what you believe is good for the blog. So it's not just like us deciding and then you doing the things. Like you also get a say and into managing what you think is good and basically like communicating with the others about it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think those are my main questions. Thank you.